Let's take a look at exam 4, which is decisions. So we start with some if-else statements. Number 1, suppose income is 4,001. What is the output of the following code? And then we've got if income is greater than 3,000, print out income is greater than 3,000. Else if income is greater than 4,000, then print out income is greater than 4,000. So we've got two tests here. We got the if test and then we got the else if test, both of which would come back true. So the question is, which one is going to be the one that comes back? And with an if-else statement, the first occurrence of a truth ends the statement. So since the first one is true, it's going to print out income is greater than 3,000, and then it's going to terminate that, and that's going to be the end of it. It's not going to go on to the else if and even evaluate this. So even though the second one is true and it seems like it would trump the first one, the second else if will not be even looked at. So it'll print out income is greater than 3,000. Question number 2. Which of the following will return true based on string username equals, in quotation marks, Billy, with a capital B? Okay, so if username equals Billy, well, we can't use this comparison equals because username is a string object. And whenever we're trying to compare objects, we have to use equals methods. And so that double equal sign is not going to work with a string object. The second one, username equals Billy, well, that's an assignment operator. That doesn't even compare anything. And so that's always going to be true. And so that's wrong. We have to, that doesn't compare them together. If username dot equals, okay, so now we're using a method, equals in quotation marks Billy, so this will come back true. And I see the equals method will come back true or false, and since this is spelled exactly like what we've got it set to, that will come back as true, and so that is one of the possible answers. If we look at the next one, username dot equals ignore case, Billy, and then the Billy is lowercase, this will also return true. So if we want to evaluate things and or strings and we're not concerned about their case, then we will do an equals ignore case. So both of these will come back true. Question number 3, what is this? 1.0 plus 1.0 plus 1.0 plus 1.0 plus 1.0 equals 5.0. So this might seem like it's a mathematical expression or something, but it's actually a comparison because we've got the comparison operator right here. Two equal signs is a comparison operator. And we're comparing this, the left side to the right side, and it's going to add all of these together before it compares the right side. And so since 1.1 plus 1.15 times actually is equal to 5.0, this will come back true. So the answer is true on question number 3. Question number 4, which line has an error? So we've got a bunch of lines of code, and the trick here is that we've got an if-else statement. But it looks kind of like it is a if-else if statement. An else if statement has parentheses after it. An else statement here has no parentheses. So it should be if, and then it evaluates something. Else, it does something else. But here we're trying to evaluate something else. So this would give us an error because there is no parentheses after an else. It's like the default. If it's this, do this. Otherwise, do this. Don't even bother checking anything. If we want to check something else, we'd put else if. So number 4, line 5 is the line that has an error. Question number 5, which of the following will return true based on int attack equals 19? So we've assigned the attack variable the value of 19. So if attack equals 19, well, here we can use the equal signs because we're using a primitive data type, an integer, and the equals is a comparison, and comparison will return a true or false. So that's a Boolean expression that will return a true or false, and so that's fine, that works great. If attack equals 19, well, that's bad because that's not a comparison, that's an assignment. That's going to give us an error. if attack dot equals 19, well, an integer, which is a primitive data type, does not have any methods. So it doesn't have a dot equals. Only the string object has the equals. And only the string object has the equals ignore case. So both of these are bad. That just leaves us with the top one that is going to return true. Question number 6. Which expression is not a Boolean expression? Hit points is greater than damage. Okay, so a Boolean expression is an expression that returns a true or a false. And hit points is greater than damage is in fact a Boolean expression that's either true or it's false. So that will come back true or false, so that's okay. Points equals 100, well, that's a comparison. Whenever we have a comparison, that's a Boolean expression. So points equals 100 is going to come back either true or false depending on the value of points, so that's okay. That is a Boolean expression. If play again, so here we're assuming that the play again variable is a Boolean. And if it is a Boolean data type, then it will always be either true or false. And so that's a Boolean expression, and that one is fine as well. Last one, damage equals 7. Well, that's an assignment. That's not going to compare things. It's always going to be true, and it's never going to turn false. So that is not a Boolean expression. So the answer is damage equals 7. It's not a Boolean expression. Number 7, what is a logical operator used as part of a Boolean expression, often in condition of a controller structure, of a controlled structure? Well, these are Boolean expressions here. This is AND, this is OR, these are a different type of AND, but this one down here is an assignment. And so this is not a logical operator used in Boolean expressions. These other ones can be, however. Number 8, what would be the outcome of the following? Int score equals 99. So we've assigned the variable score, the value of 99, and then we're going to switch on the score. And there's some cases here. We've got a case 59, 69, 99, or 79, but there is no case 99. So if there's no case at 99, it's going to keep going until it goes to the default. So this is going to print out invalid score. And that's the answer here. There's no case that matches that. Question number 9, what would be the outcome of the following? So here we've got a variable called roll. We assign it the value of 1, and then we're going to switch on that. Oh, this should say roll here, so that's an error. So let's just assume that it's switching on roll. And we would have a case 1, case 3, a case 5. Well, case 1 is what it's going to do. But the thing is, there's no system out print line after case 1, except that there's no break. So if it's case 1, we're going to drop down until we find the next code and issue that code until we get to a break. So even though case 1 doesn't have anything specific on it, the fact that there's no break means it drops through and it's going to go ahead and execute this code. The roll is odd. And then it's going to break, which means the switch is ending, and it's going to ignore all the cases below this. So with question number 9, it's going to say the roll is odd. Question number 10, what would be the outcomes of the following? Hit points equals 2. So we're assigning hit points the value of 2. And we're saying string character class equals paladin. And then we're going to switch on score. This is wrong. I'm going to change this. It will say switch on character class. And so we know that the hit points are 2, and we're going to go in here. It's going to say is a fighter, and if it's a fighter, it's going to be hit points are going to be changed to 10. If it's a cleric or a druid, it's going to be changed to 8. If it's a thief, it's going to be changed to 6. If it's a magic user, it's going to be hit to 4. But there's no default case down here, and so since there's no default case, the hit points will not be changed. And instead, you're going to see that hit points are going to be equal to 2, which is what they were set to initially. So there's going to be no changes there. And that's that.